Again, I am never ready for an Indian wedding. I am never, ever, ever going to be ready for an Indian wedding ever, 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 like ever. I'm so done with the idea of an Indian wedding. I'm so tired and exhausted of the traffic because, first of all, there's no reason for traffic. Just in case if you want to get married, you'd be ready to get married and you'd actually put an effort into doing that. Right now I'm in a place where I have failed 6 years. I need to travel. I need healing. I definitely need to go out with friends. I've not had friends in the last 6 years. Nobody, people barely respond. Everybody is apparently busy. And yeah, I am kept in a room and I can't go out because of the traffic that I face every single day. I'm trapped here. And I really don't feel like I would ever be ready for Shadi in India. I will never be ready this year, next year, 10 years later, my answer will still be the same. After this and a lot of other incidents that happened in the last couple of years, I will never be ready for Shadi. This is what my parents did to me. You see. If I go around checking my history on Instagram, well, that's another story. You'll see this. Anyways, never ready for an Indian wedding. After that, after what I was going through last year, every single place, whether it's a college, institution, it doesn't stop. And yes, of course, teachers are doing that. So, well, it doesn't really look like I'm going to any educational institution in this country. And I did not really receive any help from the government. I did try filing complaints about stalking. It doesn't help. It happened a couple of times before I had to do that. I realized they're not going to help you. And the response was the same, Mr. Vidushi Verma. So, I don't know what to do with my life anymore. I have no idea what to do. And where will I go from here? It kind of freaks me out sometimes because all I could do is sit in my room and paint because my father chose not to buy me my father chose to buy me a laptop. He didn't ask me if I wanted it. If I was given a chance, I'd buy a tab because I like drawing and sketching. So I could draw on a tab, and I never needed a laptop. I had one. I never needed another one. So he doesn't ask me anything. He just does what he wants to do to you, and which is why I'm never ready for an Indian wedding. And he clearly sees I am painting. I'd be more interested in buying a tab, but that doesn't happen in my family. They just give you what they want to give you, and you have to accept it, even if you're never going to use it. So it's there, I don't use it. It's the same thing with the Indian wedding. You can try. The traffic killed it. I will never be ready. Never, ever, 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 ever. Do you understand that? You don't. And I'm sure you don't. And my answer today, 10 years later, and 20 years later will still be the same. I am never ready for an Indian wedding. Even if I don't get to do anything, I'd be happy sitting in my room, being a hipster, painting, and dancing for the rest of my life because apparently I tried everything here. Internships, job interviews, MBA colleges, art colleges, humanity colleges, engineering. There's nothing I did not try. And trust me, there are problems that I face in my exam hall in my later years. So, apart from traffic and everything else. So, I can sit in my room and paint and dance. That is all I can do. I am broke, and my parents have reduced my pocket money. So, the older I grow, the less I get from my parents, the lesser help I get. Which reminds me, my brother just received a new car as a gift on his joining for his first job. I got a headphone, and my father is screaming that you spend money on a headphone. Just that. That's my family. Awesome. So, one last thing that I had to say today. I'm so tired of the traffic problem that it makes me feel like I'd never be ready for any Indian wedding. It has killed every single part of my head. The noise never stops, and It's practically impossible for me to walk out of my house without my headphones. It doesn't stop. Constructions, drills, cars, bikes. There's nothing. Buses, trucks, that weird screechy noise, and it's loud. It's way too painful when all of it comes to you all at once, and it doesn't stop no matter where I go. And sometimes this is what happens when I go out. There are these particular places in the city where they suddenly create traffic, and then they create lots of painful noise, and it has continuously happened for the last 4 years. So this is where I am in life. I'm never ready for an Indian wedding. I am so done with it. I am never ready for it. Even if I'm going to do nothing in my life, I wouldn't be ready. I can like actually sit in my room and paint for the rest of my life instead of getting married after tolerating what I tolerated. That's just absolutely insane. I can't do that. Sorry, that's impossible. Hopeless. I will never do that. I am not interested in getting married. It was so torturous. I don't think you have to be put through that kind of traffic in order to get married, do you? Thought marriage is out of choice, not out of force or out of traffic. It was supposedly out of choice. If you want to get married, you'd be ready and willing to get married. I'm not. I'm not ready to get married because I want to travel. I want to have independence. I've never had a job. I've never had my own money. Unless I have that, I'm not ready to get married. And if I don't have that, I will never be ready to get married. Until and unless I'm not done traveling, I am never ready. So yeah, I will never be ready to get married. Never, 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 never. I will never be ready to get married. Until and unless I get a job, I wouldn't be. I would never be ready. And I swear on God, you can't force me to get married. You just can't. Can you? You can't force me to sit in a mandap if I'm not interested. And I'm not. Today, tomorrow, 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, I am not interested. I am that not interested. So a screen pop-up just showed, but this is what happens every single time. But yeah, I'm still never, ever, 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 ever ready for an Indian wedding. And this is my last time I'm explaining it to people. I am never ready for an Indian wedding, and it is painful, the kind of traffic that I face every day. It's quite painful. Waking up to traffic. I wake up to traffic and I go to sleep to traffic. And throughout the day, every single step that I take goes with a bike horn. The bike's outside my hotel, wherever it is that I'm gonna go. And guess what happened at hotels last year and this year when I was writing my exams? So there are these dragging chair noises and extremely torturous noises at every single hotel that I've been to. And the only place that I was at peace was in Goa on the beach side. That's it. That was the 2 or 3 days of no traffic. I felt like I wouldn't want to come back from that place. I wouldn't want to leave that place. And apart from that, there are extremely torturous noises that I hear every day, like these bike screeching noises that don't stop. It started somewhere in around September last year when I came back home from Jindal Global. Oh, Jindal Global was another story. You know what happened over there. People started throwing me tongues, of course. Teachers started doing that. When teachers start doing that to you, it doesn't really look like you're about to study in that college. And there were ACs, and I lost my hair, all of it. I lost all my hair that year. Practically none. I lost all my hair. It was literally on my hands. And after Jindal Global, no, in Jindal Global, everybody was mean. My teachers were mean. They were showing me tongues. I mean, if your teachers start doing that, you know you're not about to study in that college, and you know it's pointless staying there. And I tried to call Haryana government. They said this matter does not come under our district or our duty, our whatever, some under their jurisdiction. So that was a problem. So I came back home. I realized that wasn't going to help me, and I have written 100 letters to hundreds of people in India, bank managers of banks. Their response was, Mr. Vidushi Verma, And there was another one I wrote to Indian government in 2017. I remember that I deleted that mail ID. I do have a backup of it, about stalking, and they did nothing. So I've written a lot of letters to a lot of people in India, and this traffic never stops, and I will never be ready for Shadi in India. I just want to escape this country, and it's impossible for me to go out anywhere in India. And apart from that, my parents, this is what they did. Now I cannot bend my finger. Now it's permanently damaged. You see? Now it doesn't move anymore ahead of this. Now it has a crooked face. My father broke my finger. Apart from that, he did beat me a lot of times last year. So did my cousins. I have bruises on my face and there are pictures. And the rest of it is on CCTV camera, so you can see it. So my conditions over here are like I am not able to live. I basically have living problems. I can't live anywhere. Whether I go to hotels. Oh, it was the same in Bangalore and Hyderabad. Bangalore was crazy traffic. Those noises never stopped at hotels, and the bikes outside my hotel, whether I was in Delhi or Bangalore or Hyderabad, any single place I'd go to, the bikes outside my house or making noises specifically there. Like every single step that you take in your house could be watched and could be, you know, in sync with the bike horns. It's extremely annoying. It's that annoying. And it's that crazy. I'm tortured and tired of that. That's it. It is midnight, which is why these noises aren't as bad as it gets early morning. Early morning, you wouldn't want to get up early morning and want to hear that. Like the moment you get up, there's somebody there to piss you off and you're bored. So you're constantly irritated, sad, and if it doesn't, and when you're on road, it's like doomsday 24/7, 365 days a year. You die every day. You have to tolerate that traffic every single day, and it's becoming something beyond tolerance, and I'm tired. I don't know how long is it going to continue, if it ever really stops. And the worst part was, I was in Delhi. BMWs have started doing that now. Like, have some respect for the car. Don't blow horns with BMWs. So, and it's the only thing that I can do when I have nothing else to do. I'm broke and I don't know what to do. I've tried almost everything in life that I could have. So yeah. Do you hear these weird noises that I hear all the time? They're extremely annoying. Kills your ears. It never stops. Never stops. Never stops, not even for a single second. Like the moment you get up, and until you don't have headphones on, and I have to put headphones on even while I'm sleeping, because you never know, they'll wake you up with that noise whenever it is that you hear it. So it's a big problem. These noises are a big problem. I guess it's extremely annoying. It wasn't annoying at first but now it is, because it has continuously persisted for the last 3, 4, 5 years since I'm home. Since 17, 4 years. I don't think I'm going to talk about it anymore. And no, it's not about releasing a person, it's not about putting them in chains, it's just about choices that you should be making on your own, and not people, especially your parents, forcing you to do something that, even if you want to do that, it just ends up worse, because your parents start including their ABCDs in it, and that is why it becomes a problem. Apart from that, it's not about releasing, it's about choices. I know what I want, but the problem is it doesn't really work that way. And I am constantly expected to switch places, or I don't know. It's And it's not about inequalities. Inequalities have existed in my life since I started school. I've not known people back then. That is not something that I'm talking about. I mean, in my country, in my city, there has been inequality since I started school. It's not about anybody or a place or a country or a person. This is just about inequalities cannot convince you to do something that you wouldn't want to do. Your parents forcing you to do something cannot convince you to do something you wouldn't want to do. You will decide what you want to do with your life, regardless of what you were put through. No amount of pressure, no amount of nothing can change what you want to do with your life. And yeah, this is the condition where I live in right now. Lots of traffic, lots of construction, and it sucks big time. And you're supposed to apparently my room is right next to this noise, this hustle bustle of daily life, and it sucks big time not being able to have that peace, like not even for a second. And it has continuously persisted for the last 4 years since I was asked to stay here in this house. It doesn't really stop. Sometimes it does get annoying. Sometimes when you're really, really, really tired of everything else and this doesn't stop, it gets but it's not and just in case when it comes to inequalities, no inequalities have existed in my life since I started school. So it's not about inequality, it's not about people putting you chains. Nobody has put you in chains. It is an illusion, just in case you think it's completely mental. You're free to move out whenever it is that you want to, provided there's no traffic. There's one problem. The only chain that I have right now is the traffic chain, which puts me in a room, and that's the problem I have. Everything else is all fine. The only problem why I'm not able to move out is the traffic situation. You understand that? Which is I'm kind of hating this country for putting you through traffic in order to get you married. Question marks in my head. How will that get me married? How? I wouldn't understand that because this traffic situation has existed since I turned 18 and has not stopped since then. I for the last 9 years I've been tolerating traffic, and it sucks big time. It sucks big time. I don't understand why do you have to do that. I don't understand anything about it. And inequality, if you're talking about inequality, that has existed since I was in school. I was bullied throughout my school life. I faced inequality throughout my school life, in my house, in school, and the traffic has persisted for the last 9-10 years and never stops. The only reason why I don't want to go out because there is a massive amount of traffic regardless of where I'm moving, and it does make you feel like, why aren't men going through that situation? Why won't go through that? I'm not the only one here in this country. I met a couple of people this year who are going through similar situations that I was going through, and they are pretty good at handling it. She was so cool with those bikes. I'm not sure why is it happening with us, but it's pathetic. I really want to leave this country and never come back if there's something I would want to do in my future. And yeah, be able to do something that I would want to do and not be defined by a paper or by your parents. Or well, they did try and force you, but ultimately it ends up getting worse, and they don't realize that. Since I'm a hardworking student, my father knows that she can do that hard work, but under pressure the hard work fails to be able to perform well. I'm a hardworking student, so I've always been one. A hardworking, obedient child. It's a pleasure to have such a child in the class, and this is the kind of comment I've had throughout my school life in all report cards. So yeah, my father knows this about me. Everybody knows this habit of me, that I'm a hardworking student, and that is a problem because I end up doing a little too much work and getting nothing out of it. No results, but a lot of hard work, and that's my problem. I work really, 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 really hard, but I have not had any results in the last 10 years. I've been putting a lot of hard work into a lot of things. I'm still in the same place, same level, still doing that same thing, and then I'm back to that same level again. Then I have to restart from the same level again, and I've been doing that over and over again. And I'm getting nowhere with no results. So I need to change my skills. I need to do something else, you know? Even when it comes to dancing, still repeating that same level over and over again. Studying that same subject, same syllabus over and over again. Yeah, there are no results to that hard work. I'm not getting any results out of the hard work that I've been doing for ages. So, you know, so regardless of what you do to a person and regardless of any amount of information and communication, you just cannot convince a person to do something that they don't want to do. Otherwise, that's impossible. I wouldn't do it even if all the situations are right and you're finally free to pursue something that you don't want to after ages of failure. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, the person is willing to, the person is in a state that they would do that or they're willing to do that. No, wait, why am I even talking about it? I'll show you. Look, trying to force somebody to do something they don't want to do and defining their lives on your own. Good luck doing that because I am definitely going to do something about it. Yeah, I will. I'll show you how much I will. I I'm so tired of all the crap that I was put through for ages. This paper was written in 2016. No, it was reloaded in 2016. So it's like it was rewinded, reloaded. There are 100 words, or rewritten 100 words, 12 years. I wouldn't do it, and I'll show you. Wow. So I just woke up and I have this one thought in my head, and you can hear bikes in and around. Of course, they're extremely annoying, and I hear them 24/7, and it's the most annoying thing in this world. It has practically just I can still hear it, and I guess you can hear it too. It's the most annoying thing in this world. It's like always there, whether you're sleeping, whether you just woke up, or whatever. And I have this question: can you convince a person to do something that they wouldn't do? You can't, regardless of what situations you put them through, regardless of what you made them do throughout their life. Can you convince a person to have something that they don't want, to be with a person that they don't want to be with? Can you convince them? No, you can't. Either you would do nothing about it and just sit in your room, regardless of what situations you're put through. You can't force a person to be with somebody that they don't want to be with, whether it's my parents, whether it's you, whether it's anything, whether it's the situations. The person is not ever going to be convinced about doing something that they don't want to do. And yeah, there are bison around. They're the most annoying thing in this world, and you can hear it. They wouldn't spare you, and that's the problem. It's like constantly there 24/7 to piss you off, and it's the most annoying thing in this world. I just woke up and I. What did I say? What did I do last night? I think I may have broken my phone. It was a bad day. Yes, I did end up breaking it all the more. So, oh. And now I am in my brother's room. This is not my room. And yeah, that's it. So you can't convince a person to do something that they wouldn't want to do, regardless of what you put them through, regardless of how much inequality you put them through, and regardless of whatever you did to them. You can't convince a person to be with somebody that they don't want to be with. And that's the end of the story. I decide what I want. The end. Bye. Just in case, if you have the courage and the guts to be able to watch the last couple of videos, the last 3 or 4 videos are full of me trying to handle a cage for God knows how, like forever. I am sitting in the room and I'm sitting in the room and I'm sitting in the room, sick and tired of sitting in the room. I would want to take myself on a date alone. I really need to do what I used to do as a kid in college. I've never needed to do this. I used to take myself out on dates. I used to take my friends out on dates. I am the person who takes people out. I've been so responsible. Anyways, I'm not going to waste more time on this. Please don't watch if anybody and what am I talking about? I talked about the whole world, all my problems on video because I'm sick and tired of it, and my eyes look exhausted, drunk, and overly I did too much of extra makeup. I don't do that. I don't like makeup. I'm going to end up talking more shit. A reminder to self, just in case if you end up watching this video, please don't end up watching the last 3 videos. They're like 30 minutes old and they talk about your same old problems. Don't watch them. And I talked about every other thing that I've watched, just in case I forget and things are deleted from the internet. That happens a lot of times. So I'm recording this because this is what happened in 2020 at it's 29th of November, Sunday. It's oh my god, it's a Sunday today. So have fun, people. I do keep talking. I have been talking to myself forever. It's my habit. Anxiety is my habit. Putting my hands in my back pocket is a habit. Everything is a habit. I'm facing real problems because my habits. I have to let go of all my habits. It's the most difficult task ever. It's not sometimes. Reminder to self, please don't watch the last 3 videos from 29 November 2020. It has nothing to say, especially if you're happy and you end up watching this video if you're lucky. Just checking on the phone. This is WF. Is this thing? I should take a screenshot. Forget about it. I wasted a couple. Okay. It's 6 in the morning. I've been talking for the last 1 hour and I've been talking shit. Please don't watch the last two videos just in case if you ended up watching. If you're lucky enough and you watched this video before the last two, you're lucky. And you did not listen to all the crap that I talked about. It includes some childhood sad memories, some sad memories from school life, and some sad memories from college life, some bullying, some personal issues, some I'm so sick and tired of my mom constantly telling me about, just in case you end up hearing a short version of what I've blabbered about in the last videos that are like 20 minutes in total. I'm so sick and tired of my mom consistently telling me that you need to get married. This is what I want to do. I just want to sit in my room in peace for the next 6 months and not be disturbed by people. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. This is how you should live your life. This is how you shouldn't live your life. Because believe me, I tried everything. Nothing really works. And that's how you try to put in efforts. And this is where I'm like, I really cannot talk to a person that I don't want to talk to. I would want to kill myself because I cannot interact with friends anymore, the ones that I had. If I had to choose, this just sucks. I want to stay alone and be Bob Marley, like smoke weed. Every single aspect of my life, like this is what I should do. I should get married. I should have a social life. Works for worse. Marrying a person makes no sense at all. I barely feel like talking or interacting with anybody at all. I'm so sick and tired of my mother telling me that you need to get married. I mean, hey, at 27 kids, parents usually tell you, hey, you should apply. Just in case you're still in this country, you should apply for college outside, you should explore, you should travel, you should do this, you should do that, but they would definitely not pressurize you to get married. My parents have been acting weird for the last couple of years. And the pressure of Shadi isn't exactly convincing me to get married. It is taking me away from the concept of love relationships for the rest of my life. It's not working the way I need to really get out of my house and be able to meet people. It's just a phase. I blabbered in the last couple of videos over how I'm not really interested in humanity, and then I also want to be able to go out and take myself on brunches, and this is what I really want to do. I need some social interactions with human beings who would treat me like another human being and not talk about your past, not want to know what happened with you, just let it be not about your past, let it be not about the future, let it be, hi, I've not had any kind of conversations with people over ages. I would want to go and meet people. I really want to go and meet people. Where am I supposed to go host people? I've got this bag. I was planning on going on trips alone. And then I just ended up cancelling that plan because my mom got me home for the nth time now. And then I realized, oh, this just sucks big time. Now I'm like barely willing to get off my bed again. It sucks big time. So many people I want to meet, and this is where I end up sitting on my bed talking about bullshit and doing nothing. I hope someday I will have the motivation to be able to get out of my bed and be able to do that and not regret it. Don't watch the last two videos, they suck big time. They're like 13 minutes and 12 minutes old, just in case you end up watching this first. Or what is this for? So, just in case if you watched the last two videos, they suck big time. I am 50, I've had two shots and a war, and I'm not sure if I want. No, this is where I am. I'm torn between ideas. I would want to stay home because I'm sad, but I would want to go out and interact with people. But I'm not sure if it is going to end up being any fruitful to your health, mental state of mind, and happiness, because I've had enough of draining energy. I really can't take anything anymore. And so I end up sitting in a room. Can I really people who I could try? Can I try? Scratch that. I'm just sick and tired of my brother talking about Shadi. And people talking about Shadi, and everybody talking about Shadi and marriage, and Shadi and marriage, and constantly goes around for 6 years. And then you're so sick and tired of anything and everything that you just end up sitting in a room painting like you used to do as a kid. And it's the best thing that has happened so far. I've not done this for the last ages, and it reminds me of who I used to be as a kid. Painting, singing, dancing. I don't remember these parts of me until this year. It's weird, but it's the best thing that has happened so far, and I've been able to do things. You know, the kid who was able to put in efforts. I've never been able to do shuffle dancing. Believe me, it was 2013 when I watched shuffle dance videos for the first time, and I used to try that every single day on the terrace, and I wasn't able to do it. I learned it in like 5 days. Now, I don't know how I did it. I don't know why was I not able to do it. It's just your mental state. It has to have something to do with, I don't know how, but I wasn't able to do it in 13. I was able to do it this year. It would be just your mental state. You feel older and you feel younger. I feel like a kid. Nowadays I feel more childish, stubborn, and more kiddish than ever. Just that. And please don't watch those videos, they suck big time. It is talking about and now this isn't the third track, exaggerated video. Fast forward. Locks, chains, locks are smoking, locks, stop smoking, barrels, black keys, doors, windows, XP Professional 95-98. Life is absurd, nothing makes sense, and I am sick and tired of concepts. What you should do, what you shouldn't do. Pretty done. Everything is absurd. Everything ends up to, there is no conclusion, everything ends up into absurd, and I'm sick and tired of everything. And my phone broke. It's miserably broken. It's broken. It's 6:30 in the morning, I should go to sleep. After the last couple of shots, I have been talking to a phone for the last 1 hour, almost 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Oh my god, I've been talking to a phone for the last 1 hour. I'm going to regret this later, but it's alright. Don't bully people. Have fun. Take yourself out on dates. Live your life. Don't have opinionated judgment on people who you don't know. I've never had any. Apart from, just in case if it's impulsive and I'm mad, I may have written something as a note so that I remember what I did, so I don't repeat it again. But don't do that to people. Don't judge people. Don't get mad. stations, roads, traffic, airports. I am not sure where to go in life. I can practically live in a jungle, like not come back, like a jungle. There's not a single place in this world that I can skill on. Have fun, take care, don't worry, be nice to people you don't know what will happen. And that just reminded me of the last couple of years. I don't believe people, but my words scare me. I don't realize how can. But have fun, chill. Just in case you're alone, lonely, you can go take yourself out on dates. I have always been one of those people who's not had human interaction at a point in time. I didn't want any. I was happy with my imaginary world until people intruded my imaginary world, and that just it's kind of. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm not sure if I was supposed to get out of my imaginary world and people exist in real life and you should interact with them. But I love my imaginary world. I love my space. My personal space is precious. Since I've had a lot of personal space, I don't understand anything else, which is why maybe I need that people intruding in my personal space. I don't like people intruding in my mind. And there's another 30 minutes video. Now I'd say don't watch that or whatever. 30 minutes. My phone is dead, and I should be watching songs and videos, but I'm not. Have fun, good night. I blabbered and in front of the phone the last 1.5 hours. And I'm like 3 shots. I'm 3 shots down, talking bullshit on a camera. Because I'm sick and tired talking to myself for the nth time. I like talking to myself when it's about art and craft. I've never had 6 years straight when I wasn't doing anything. 6 years? Not exactly 6 years. I don't know 6 years, but with absolutely no results at all. It's not like I can do anything, but nothing more. And I'm so sick and tired that I don't feel like doing it for anything. And have fun, good luck, watch movies, go out, meet people, live. If you're alone, take yourself out of it. It works fine. I love that. I started dating and started break. It's the best thing you can do to yourself. Believe me. Good luck. Have a good life and start from where am I supposed to start from? Cheese, mashed potatoes, turkeys, Bermuda Triangle, diamonds, filters. More, as much as I can recall from and more. I will just in case if I Have fun. And kinks and anything else that is going around. Social media is fun. Sometimes it could get exhausting because you're consistently asked to switch between people, and the rate is accelerated. So you get, anything that is over exaggerated, over emphasized ends up being boring, and yet you don't know where to go from here. So, happy Thanksgiving that ended 2 days ago. And doggies, doggy dog. What else did you watch? I watched a lot of stuff. What am I talking about? This is an overly dragged, exaggerated video, and my phone is extremely annoying because there is a lock with a capital A and a capital F because you're supposed to go out. Let's see how that works. Maybe I'll never do that. I put myself in situations where I have to. I need some help and some sleep. Good luck. No, with doing the opposite. It's fun apart from everything else that I'm facing in. The Bermuda. I did this in 17. People need to stop copying my ideas on me. Or no, wait a minute, that's not going to happen. I am super bored, tired, exhausted, and drunk. So you can just fast forward these videos, or maybe go around critically analyzing every single word I said. Completely up to you. I'm drunk. I'm not sure what I'm talking about right now. I'm just recording myself because I am both sitting in a room and sitting in a room and sitting in a room, and I've been sitting in a room for the last couple of months, and quarantine has ended, but there's absolutely nothing to do. There's a load of traffic outside and I can't do anything about it. And as much as I wouldn't want to talk, sometimes it kills you because I've not had a normal conversation with a human being in the last 7-8 years. I need to go on a brunch and just reality outside sucks big time. See, good night. With turkeys, Thanksgivings, Bermuda Triangles. Cakes, donuts. Candies, Sabunk. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to touch the screen. My phone is and this is the first time my phone is broken or not, and yeah, it is one of the best phases ever, and it is super broken. I'm not sure if it's broken like right now or Diwali. I have dropped this phone like a couple of times. Yeah, phones are important. What am I talking about? I'm so in general sick and tired of people, relationships. I need go out and not be disturbed by people, and I could just go and have food, brunches, shakes, something by myself, and be able to do things by myself. Would be nice. I'm barely expecting any kind of help from humanity in general because I've never had that. I've never had that. Never, not once. Never. Apart from, never. But I could go out on lunch and date myself because that works fine. I mean, everything else that sucks big time. I mean, everything else just simply sucks big time because all I see is crap. I have not had a chance to be able to have anything, yet I go through way too much bullshit for years and ages, and it never really stops. And can I take myself out on a date and live for a day just for myself? That would be fine. That's what I want to do. I'm so sick and tired of everything, and especially my mother talking about shadi. Like, I've never had a day for myself. What are you talking? When she talks about marriage, my reaction to that would be, I have never had a day to myself. Give me that first. Otherwise, I'd never be ready for shadi. I need to go and take myself on a date. I need to take myself on a date because I end up doing things for myself. And believe me, in my life, I have taken men out on dates. They wouldn't do the same. And I don't expect them to. If they end up blaming you and calling you a whore, that's what everybody does. And it sucks by time. So does my kajal. It's weird. Yeah. So that's what men do. So you take them out on dates and they end up calling you a whore. The most bullshit crap and the crappiest people ever who do that to you. Anyways, let's just say it's not just men who go through bullshit. It could be women. It could be anybody. There are no gender differentiation when it comes to relationships, unless it's generalized. It sucks big time. I am done with the concept of dating, relationships, people, men, marriage. I want to take myself out on a date, and I would be willing to do that. Small little things that I would want to do myself, for myself. I've been dreaming about big. I've never dreamed big because that never really works out. Inequality, let's talk about inequality. Let's just not talk about inequality. I'll see you later. I'm sick and tired of the concept of inequality. I finally was able to live in my own head and not be disturbed by people. Until that is taken away from me, and that sucks big time. Can I just go back to living in my own world and be able to paint, dance, and sleep in peace? That would work fine. This is what I want to do. I need to live in peace, be able to do what I want to do, and be able to take myself out on dates alone. Because people have. I want to go on a date alone. I've been doing that and I'm still doing that. Yes. As you and my phone says that there's a lock with E, and F. So a new update on my phone. So yeah, the cam works fine, but I think I need to go out and be able to just be there, maybe do something in a restaurant, just do a video, or a club or a bar, and do it. But I'm like one of the most broke people forever. You wouldn't want to know how broke I am and how broke I have always been, despite of saving money that disappears from your pocket, wallet, or everything that you save. Your savings disappear and disappear in society. Take it away. And yeah, my life just sucks big time. You should kill yourself or end up smoking weed. It's better. I'm not sure if I should kill myself or just end up smoking weed. Weed sounds better than killing yourself, does it? I don't know, I have mixed feelings. Which one? I tried both. This is another 7-minute review. I'm waiting. I'm wasting memory, but it's alright. I'll buy another memory card. The only thing that I'm No, wait a minute. You don't have to buy memory cards. Just forget about that. My phone's broken and I feel sad because I have to let it go soon enough. And then I will have to learn how to use the new phone features, which is let's talk about situations. I'm talking to a phone screen, trying to act all fine. I'm going to regret this when I wake up. Doubly after I do. But so I started the conversation with Shali, ended up with bullying, started talking about how I have been talking to myself all my life. I guess I have been talking to myself, I'll see that, but I have been talking to myself all my life, and I've had crazy solo disco dance parties alone throughout college life. A couple of people know about it. I don't feel sad about it. People have different interpretations about what you've been doing with your life. It doesn't really matter, but that's the kind of person I am. I've always been one of those shy kids who doesn't really interact with people. I would like to live in my own world. Even if I have a crush on a person, I would never tell that person. Believe me, I've had a crush on a person for 7-8 years, and I never said anything. So I could have secret crushes and people would never know about it. The world would know, the person would never hear from me. My crushes. So there is my crushes, my ideas about love and relationships, especially when it comes to crushes, it's just abstract. I have a crush on a person and I'm never going to do anything about it, and that's the kind of person I am. I'd end up having a imaginary situation that I'm reading about, that I may end up putting it out in some creative form, maybe as a video, maybe as a story, maybe as a painting, maybe as something or the other. That's how crushes end up being in my life. Maybe as a song, as a performance, you'd see someday. I would never do anything about it, and it was better when it was away. And there is a lock with a F-29 woman on standby. Cuffs and lush life. This is what I want to do. I would want to be able to go to a restaurant and be not disturbed by people for a day. Lush life. This is what you're supposed to do in order to save yourself from social media and public humiliation. This is what I want to do. want to run away to a place where people don't judge you, regardless of what you would want to do. Whether it's you want to stay in a room, you want to stay out, you want to do whatever it is you want to do, and you're not constantly judged by people. Is there any place in this world where I could go to, like a music festival, like a trance music festival or something? I'm about to run away, you know, not lock, scuff. I'm about to run away because that's like all right. So and my I don't think this is a new feature. I've never had a 11 long video as. This is the most absolute insane. I just dropped my phone. It's broken. I'm glad this is the first time my phone is broken and I'm not. It's usually the other. No, actually it's both ways. I am broken, so it's my phone. This is the first time it's broken. I am not. It's. Wait a minute. As for a fact, I have never been an extremely social person. I used to sit in a room and paint, and I have always been one of those people who dances in her imaginary world, and I have been talking to myself since I was a kid because I don't like interacting with people. So I used to live in my imaginary world, talking to imaginary friends that I never had. And there used to be this cartoon later on that I watched called Frost's Home for Imaginary Friends. I wouldn't like talking to people because people were not worth talking to. So I have been talking to myself with imaginary friends. Fine, exactly, imaginary friends. I used to talk to myself about anything and everything. So this is how I used to be. This is how I still am. I would, if I am in a troublesome situation or anything, I will be able to get myself out of it. I think I am doing okay, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm this. Yeah, I can feel it. So, what was I talking about? I was talking about talking to myself. So I was talking about I was talking about talking to myself, and I have been talking to myself for the last couple of years. Throughout my lifetime, I have always been one of the kids who doesn't talk to herself, who doesn't talk to people. I would barely talk to anybody because, first of all, I'm shy. I was a shy kid, and the second part, I bullied a lot. I used to feel. Yes, that is exactly how school life was. And then I ended up sitting in a room, talking to myself, mixing music, burning CDs, sketching, painting, and talking to myself about what exactly is it that you want to do next, paint next, thinking about. Yeah, I would talk to myself about situations that will never happen. And I used to sit in a room with disco lights, like those, not disco lights, all the lights that I would use as. I've had crazy solo dance parties alone with imaginary people and imaginary situations that would never happen until it becomes a problem, until it became a problem. That happened in college. Before that, everything was fine. I used to live in my imaginary world and I loved it. It becomes a problem when people intrude your imaginary world. You understand that? It's an invasion of an extreme amount of privacy. I need some space. People intruding in your imaginary world isn't exactly one of the best situations. It's the only place that makes me feel like me. And right now, I'm not able to feel like myself. You're not allowed to think anymore. And that sucks big time. So I started recording my thoughts. That worked out for worse. But now I cannot live in my dream world anymore. That sucks. Because once people know your thoughts, it becomes a problem. It could work for good or for worse. So you have to stop doing that. That sucks big time. And I'm super drunk. I'm about to hit you in the next 10 seconds. I have 30 seconds before I switch this off. Yes, imaginary world. I live in my imaginary world and I love it. And it sucks but I'm not having that anymore. As a college kid, I would just turn the lights off. I wouldn't want anybody in my room and just have solo dance parties and maybe get drunk. I would do that sometimes. It was fun. Until it wasn't. Now. Maybe I'll look at this some other day when my eyes aren't exactly drunk and your kajal is. Yes, I'm done. I'm tired and exhausted. I don't feel like turning the camera off. I would want to record myself and look at how exactly do I behave when I am not exactly feeling alright. This just sucks big time. People reading your thoughts, this sucks big time. It's the only thing that you have apart from the bullying, the social media pressure and everything else that I've faced throughout my life. Childhood wasn't exactly a piece of cake. It was worse than a normal person's life. I had a weird childhood. Starting from when I started school, I was 4, 6, 7. I wouldn't know what was happening, but I'm not about childhood. Childhood was just no talking. The biggest problem in my life right now is that my mom is after my life over marriage, so I'm trying to get my mind off it, and I don't know how to do that. It sucks big time. I am exhausted and tired by the idea of shadi, marriage, apparently for the rest of my life. So I have never had any plans of getting married or settling. I've never thought about it ever. I'm one of those kids who would want to get lost in books because the world sucks in and around big time. I have been that person throughout my life. I love books. I used to keep myself distracted with books in order to not have the social media pressure media pressure in general that has existed. Can you imagine people talking about your crushes? Every single crush that you will have will be taken away from you because apparently, just in case if you have a crush, people will know you have a crush, and then it becomes the talk of the town. There is, yes, this is what happens to every single crush I've had. Now that name is everywhere. That becomes a problem. This is what I realized this summer when I was watching old movies from childhood, and this sucks big time. Music has crazy extra effects sometimes. I'm overthinking. Maybe. And I recorded a 9 minutes video. I've never had this long video. But I still wouldn't want to turn off the camera because I've not had a crazy interaction with normal humans who would treat me like a normal human being. Hey, hi, how are you? For the last 7 years, and it sucks big time. I know 7. For the last 8 years, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It doesn't ever. It doesn't stop. I need to have a normal interaction with the person. Hey, hi, how are you? Let's go and grab a brunch, a lunch, a coffee, and just not have. Yeah, I really need that. What happened to? What was that? Having a normal interaction with a person, or no, wait a minute, that's not possible. That's also booked out. Apparently there is the regular routine, something going in around the place, and I am 2 shots down. I'm about to do the 3rd one, and I have been talking to myself all my life. I don't like talking to human beings apart from these couple of years when I had friends that I used to talk about, you should do your hair, you should use this conditioner, and that lasts for a max of 2-3 years. Conditioner is the best time. So I've had like 4 best friends, and we used to talk about our hair, about makeup, about TV shows, reality TV shows, all growing teenager stuff. A good time that I've had with people. The only one. No, I had another phase in college that lasted for a while and then it disappeared. But it was a good phase. And since then until now, I have not had anything of that sort. I miss it. Sometimes you do need some human. I'm tired of sitting in a room and listening to my parents telling me that you need to get married. The more exaggerated and dragged this concept of marriage is, it makes me feel like I want to run away from the concept of shadi, marriage, relationships, people, love in general. I am tired and I'm exhausted and I need to. No, wait. There's a lot of traffic outside. It sucks big time. It's killer. The traffic never stops, and sometimes it becomes unbearable. So, this traffic has been there consistently since I don't know, ages. Not right now. Has always been there since I moved out of my room to take classes and study. And this is another 12 minutes. The best thing in my life nowadays is a memory card, so that I can record more and save all of them, and actually have a copy that you can use just in case accidentally everything disappears from your phone and the internet. So this is always a good idea. And so these shots, so weird. I'm so obsessed with how weird these shots are. Extremely hair, the waistline. How are you supposed to wear these shorts? I have no. But short is always a good idea in situations. Short is always a good idea for a person like me. Since college, I started drinking before I turned 18. The legal age of drinking is 25. How early do kids start drinking? I started drinking pretty early. I started everything a little before, or a little too early before everybody from my batch would. I grew up a little early. Like, and then went around. Then went around acting like a kid again. Because you have that missing part of you that you've never explored. You always want to be a kid. And you never had the chance to. Because you ended up reading books that your mom reads. That is what happened to my childhood. I ended up reading all feminism books like Taslima Nasreen and books that my mom used to read, and I ended up hanging around with my mom's friends, listening to whatever it is that they had to talk about, marriages and God knows what. So that was my childhood. That's how I used to be as a kid, apart from some playing with my cousins sometimes. Otherwise I would lock myself in a room and I'd be busy sketching, painting, drawing. I have isolated myself throughout my life. This is who I am. If there's any kind of social media pressure, that has never stopped. So I would usually sit in a room and paint, or otherwise I would sit with my mom's friends and talk about adult stuff. So when I grew up, I wanted to not grow up and do everything that I wanted to do as a kid, and I never had a chance to. I never did. I don't know why I did what I did as a kid. I ended up reading books that my mom reads instead of reading my storybooks, the ones that she got for me. I never read any of them. I ended up tearing pages and throwing them away for some reason. So that is the reason I would never want to grow up, and everything that I missed out on as a kid is what is coming out of me in recent years. I have started behaving like a kid. I am stubborn, extremely stubborn. I've never been stubborn. I'm like one of those people who would do exactly what she's told, regardless of how tired and exhausted she is. I still keep on doing things. Now I'm pretty stubborn nowadays, and I have no clue how did I end up being here. Because I used to be one of those kids who would listen to every single thing that my parents would tell me to do, and I would do it. I'm glad to do that. Because all kids do that. They're stubborn. I wasn't. What am I talking about, and what part of me is talking? I'm just sometimes I talk to my camera because I want to look back at myself. I've had these thoughts on a recurring pattern, like these same everything that I'm talking about right now. I've been talking about and blabbering to myself. I've been talking to myself for the last 6 years, and it sucks big time because there's not a single person that I can talk to, and it practically kills you. I guess I understand that you have to be social on the internet, and that is the most important thing, but you do have to have some real life conversation, otherwise you end up recording yourself on a camera, which works, but you do need some kind of some interaction with people, human beings. Wouldn't call it bullying or anything. I was bullied in school, and my life has never been normal. I just want a normal life for once. Something or the other happens that makes it abnormal, not in one of the best possible ways, you know. It doesn't make you feel special, it makes you feel like, why does it happen with me every single time? As a kid, I used to be bullied because of my weight, because of. I wouldn't want to talk about problems like those. They were weird. You wouldn't want to know. I used to be bullied for weird reasons, and it never stopped. Throughout school, and once I'm in college, I have different problems. Now these problems don't have any names. There's nothing to talk about. You just have to look at things, and I'm tipsy. I am not sure what I'm talking about. So hopefully one day I'm going to look back at this video. I do that, and then I'm going to wonder what was wrong with me that day. Yes, and I probably wouldn't. These shots are weird. So these shots are super weird. They have a different fit. It's like a V-shaped shot. It's like a inverted A with a baseline shape. It's weird. So it's super weird. What I was talking about, yes, my life has never been normal. I just want a normal life just like everybody else had. Nobody is ever bullied throughout their school life, and nobody has had to face what I had to face. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure there are a couple of people who've been through that. But it becomes unbearable because I've never had a normal life. I've never had a year that was normal, and people treated me like a normal human being, like everybody else can gel up with each other in seconds, and I take years to gel up with one person. It takes me ages to understand one person. There's barely anybody who, yeah, that's my life. So I've had like a couple of friends that I've known throughout my school life, and they've been there, and I understand them. Apart from that, it is really hard for me to gel up with people. It takes me ages. If I've known you for a year, I'd probably not be able to. It takes me ages and years not to be able to gel up with people. That's how my life is. I basically can't trust anybody, and I barely talk to anybody because I'm usually not in the mood because of everything that keeps going on around in my life. It makes it really hard for me to be able to interact with people, have the motivation to have any social interactions, because as a kid I was bullied, I wouldn't go out, and as an adult things were different in a different way, but it was still the same situation. So even if you don't call it bullying, it's not exactly a happy situation or a normal situation. Not in a good way. It's to an extent awkward, weird, draining. It's draining, so you want to avoid it, which is why I avoid social interaction. Social isn't exactly working for me, and has become worse over years. It has become worse, so just that. Just for the camera. Thank God there's something in my life that I can use regardless of how people treat me. So this is how I used to be as a kid. I had a camera when everybody else would treat me like shit. I used to be bullied in school. My parents would usually ignore me. They were usually not there. They're usually working. They're outside. And my brother is basically not interested in any kind of interactions with human beings as a kid. And I end up sitting in front of a camera taking pictures. That has been all my life since I've had a camera in my room with the desktop. So that's what I would do. I would come back from school without changing clothes. I'll just open the camera. First of all, the first thing that I'm going to do when I come back home is take pictures and maybe then play some games, and after that just sit on the desktop. I spent all my life on a desktop sitting in a room because there was nothing else to do, and people outside really suck big time. Bullying never stopped. Whether it was my weight, whether it was something else, bullying never stopped, and it still hasn't. So I have learned how to live with it, adjust to it, but I'm so tired. I just feel like sometimes I feel like I want to give up on humanity in general and not go out of the room. Apart from a music festival, I could go for a music festival. I want to go for a music festival if there is any happening in the world that I can find to life in general. Is one of the worst days ever, and I am practically exhausted of switching places amidst all the confusion and constantly switching between people. It's exhausting, tiring, and I'm sick of it. And now my mom expects me to start from scratch, start talking to new people, which practically makes me feel like I will die. I'm so tired. I need space. I need to do something for myself apart from everybody else that I keep putting in efforts into. And I need to go on a vacation and a music festival. I have been waiting to go to a music festival for the last 7 years. And I wanted to go for a music festival and I couldn't, and that sucks big time. And apart from that, my mom expects, it's exhausting, tiring, and I don't understand how can you expect a person to constantly keep looking for people for that one aspect of marriage. And I'm tired and exhausted, and it's been going around for the last 6 years, and I'm so tired and so exhausted that I may end up never getting married. That sucks big time. But this is where I am in life. I am so exhausted and so tired of everything that has happened in the last couple of years, and constantly switching between people, and in the middle your parents come in the middle, and now they have another aspect to it. I'm so tired with the concept of marriage and settling and everything else. I need space. I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. My face looks tired and exhausted today because I did nothing substantial today, but I'm exhausted just because of the same problem that never really gets old, and it's constantly persistent for the last 6 years. Never stops. It's annoying. It's really annoying. So, good luck. This one's for today. It was an exhausting day. I'm so tired of switching places. I'm so tired of constantly doing things. It's like one moment you're doing something and suddenly you have to switch to doing something else, and now you have to stop everything that you were doing last hour. Not last month or last year, last hour. It's impossible to keep switching at that rate. It's impossible. You would never be able to move forward in any direction. You'd probably just keep switching and keep switching and keep switching. And now I'm tired of switching consistently every single hour because this is sick. It never really gets over. It keeps on getting worse. And suddenly you will be asked to be expected to switch in the next 15 minutes, maybe more, maybe less, whatever. My hair looks like shit. I look like shit. It's 5 in the morning and I'm exhausted. Sucks my time. Okay, so this concept is out of the blue and random, but the concept of Venus in men in my life, if there is any scope or understanding of changing that, think about it. It has been going around since 2010, so it's not just one person who's erasing and rewinding it. It's sort of people in and around me and this place taking it one. So basically I'm sandwiched between two countries where anybody and everybody is doing the one and the same thing, because they recognize your weakness is you have a forgetful memory. You don't remember things on a daily basis. I wouldn't remember anything that I studied a day before for my exam, but I may end up remembering it later, 6 years later. Like 6 years later, I remember that particular term. It's called categorical imperative. It's a part of Kantian philosophy that I was studying for my exams somewhere in some year, maybe Kantian philosophy, morality, and the idea of general will and what. So that is what I was supposed to write in my exam, but I ended up writing Taylor Swift instead of Frederick Winslow Taylor, and I wrote something, I don't remember what, instead of categorical imperative. I remember it 6 years later, out of the blue. I've never read that reading since that exam, and I don't know how I remember it. So my memory works on long term. So I wouldn't remember anything that happened yesterday. I would end up repeating it for 2 years straight, and 6 years later, I would remember everything. Oh, that's why this happened. I don't know how I function. I wouldn't understand anything about myself, and it seems like I'm wasting my camera's memory. I made a 2-minute video. I'm wasting my memory, okay? This is serious. Take it seriously. Spare me for the rest of my life. Please. Good luck. Bye. And yeah, just in case if you think that future foretelling or prediction matters, that Panditji's paper is a lie, because Venus, the concept of Venus existed since like 2010. You can go and check previous pictures, Google, internet. It's an absolute lie. And so is me trying to pursue a PhD after failing that same subject 5-6 times, 7-8 times. I applied for like a couple of way too many exams for 5 years straight. I stopped preparing for it last year. I switched to doing something else after failing at it miserably for a lot of years, just in case if he says PhD and counseling are in any way my future aspects towards life. Believe me, I'm not writing any other exam ever again, and take me seriously on that. And please spare me. That is a humble request, not a kind one, but a humble one. Please, I hate you. I would hate you for the rest of my life. I don't want to see anybody's face. Please spare me. And if there's anything to a love story aspect here, it's called capitalism. Chapter 1. Ever thought about the fact that you are a baby only and only until you don't remember that this has happened to you before, and you keep on repeating torturous circles? And just in case we don't remember those torturous circles, you don't get what? You don't go through torture? No, you just have your memories back and you're still going through the same torture, just the fact that you know everything. But you are a baby only and only if you don't remember anything. Then you're a baby again. You just born after the last circle of torture. Good luck, people, and yeah. Have fun with your lives. And I hope I'll be spared for the rest of my life from repeated circles of torture, the baby crab that keeps on going around the world for ages now, ages. Justin Bieber had another song called All Around the World. So did Asha, so did everybody else. And oh, guess what? I've never traveled the world. The first places that I've been to, it looks like everybody knows your face. And that's the weirdest shit I know. I don't know that. But spare me for the rest of my life. And good luck with everything. Just spare me. So I was just going through some old pictures on Google just out of the blue. I thought I'd do that. I have been doing that for the last couple of months. And it reminds me of something. I'll show you what. 2008, 7, I saw that song for the first time in 2008. MTV International. 2008, I came back home from school. I was watching that. I was up late night that day. Baby, 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 oh, like how it ends. 2010. Do you see that? 2010, 11, 12. 2012. Let's get this started. Pictures have been removed and I remember everything, so I'll just show you this. 2012. When people are on the beach and you were forced to study something because it's time for victory. It's time for victory. 2016. So baby, pull me closer. Later that year. 2018. Chai Met Toast, 2019. Men are. Wait a minute. Chapter 1, Capitalism, a Love Story. I didn't watch it. My teachers made me watch it in college. Yes, it was a talk in college, and my teachers made me watch it. So, no, this is just nothing. It's naturally me when I'm trying to stand. Why am I trying to explain people everything? So, anyways, I'm definitely not in the best state of my mind after lots and lots of torture last year, of course, because I totally forgot about the torture that they've done to me a couple of times before. So I end up taking that same bullshit over and over again from the same people because they know how to take advantage of your weak memory. And 2019, somebody removed their previous pictures from 2012 from Instagram. 2019. That comes from a lot of people. So I have spent 11 years total tolerating this by several, this and this by hundreds of people. Basically, the whole world, thanks to amazing people. And my answer, who? Me. Bye. Good luck with your lives.